Benny Hinn, born Tawfiq Benedictus Hinn in Jaffa in 1952, rose to iconic status in the Word of Faith movement, fueling a global empire built on the power of television and emotional spectacle. His journey from Jaffa to becoming a prominent figure in televangelism is a testament to his influence and reach. He converted to Pentecostal Christianity in Canada in the early 1970s, and by the 1980s and 1990s, he was hosting large stadium miracle crusades that drew massive crowds. These crusades were a cornerstone of his ministry, establishing his presence on a grand scale. Crucially, these crusades were broadcast via his television program, This Is Your Day, which aired in over 200 countries and was translated into multiple languages. This extensive reach allowed his message to transcend geographical and linguistic barriers, making him a truly global figure. This program carried his message and donation appeals to followers from Kenya to Brazil, establishing a vast global presence. The show became a powerful vehicle for both spiritual outreach and financial support, connecting with millions worldwide. Television became a fundraising juggernaut, offering free gifts like books and DVDs only after viewers donated. This model effectively linked spiritual engagement with financial contributions, creating a direct pathway for monetary support. The emotional intensity of the Crusades, with people falling, weeping, and claiming healing, reinforced the pressure to give. The highly charged atmosphere often led attendees to feel compelled to contribute, believing it would unlock further blessings. Critics argue this created a transactional dynamic, tithe and you shall be blessed, directly translating his global reach into wealth. This perspective suggests that the ministry's financial success was intertwined with a quid pro quo understanding of faith and giving. In 2007, U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley launched a Senate finance investigation into 6 televangelists, including Benny Hinn. This investigation aimed to scrutinize the financial practices of prominent religious organizations, raising questions about their accountability. The probe questioned whether donations were funding lavish homes, private jets, and wealthy lifestyles, rather than solely supporting charitable or religious endeavors. This inquiry brought significant public attention to the personal expenditures of televangelists. In 2017, federal agents raided his ministry headquarters in Texas amid tax fraud suspicions. This legal action further intensified scrutiny on his financial operations and the transparency of his organization. Internal lawsuits exposed ministry debt of nearly 15 years, with almost $5.6 million overdue by 2012. These financial struggles contradicted the image of prosperity often associated with his ministry, revealing underlying fiscal challenges. His staff dramatically shrank from 400 to under 30 within 2 decades, reflecting significant operational changes and financial strain. This drastic reduction in personnel indicated a major restructuring and downsizing of his ministry's operations. Central to his appeal was the prosperity gospel, the belief that donating and exercising faith would yield health and wealth. This theological framework promised material and physical blessings in exchange for spiritual devotion and financial contributions. By the mid-2010s, criticism escalated, and Hinn later admitted regretting his emphasis on prophecy and prosperity theology. This marked a notable shift in his public stance, acknowledging past errors in his teachings. He called some prophetic words inaccurate and even an offense to the Holy Spirit, indicating a profound reevaluation of his previous theological positions. This admission was a significant moment for his followers and critics alike. In 2024, he described his prosperity teachings as his biggest regret, saying pressure to succeed drove him into gimmickry he now rejects. This candid reflection highlighted the internal struggles and external pressures that shaped his ministry's direction. At rallies, the setting is electric, pulsing music, dramatic lighting, trance-like worship, and tearful testimony. These elements combine to create an immersive and emotionally charged environment designed to evoke powerful spiritual experiences. Hinn sometimes laid hands forcefully on followers, prompting falls and dramatic claims of healing. These actions were often central to the miracle aspect of his crusades, drawing both fervent belief and skepticism. Investigative reports showed cameras selectively placed attendees on stage while severely disabled people were prevented from participating. This suggested a deliberate orchestration of events to present a particular narrative of healing and divine intervention. Many healings were staged or orchestrated, as revealed by outlets like Inside Edition and Dateline NBC. These exposés raised serious questions about the authenticity of the miraculous claims made during his crusades. Hinn's global crusades drew hundreds of thousands. In February 2024, he held a Healing the Nation event in Nairobi with 500,000 attendees. This massive turnout underscored his enduring appeal and ability to mobilize large crowds internationally. National leadership was present at the stadium, highlighting the event's significant influence and the political and social weight it carried. The presence of dignitaries further legitimized the event in the eyes of many attendees. Yet critics argue many vulnerable people ended up giving beyond their means, chasing blessings that never came. This perspective emphasizes the potential for exploitation within such large-scale religious gatherings, particularly for those in desperate circumstances. Benny Hinn is a study in contrast. To supporters, a miracle-working evangelist; to critics, a theological and financial exploiter. His legacy is complex, viewed through vastly different lenses depending on one's perspective. His mastery of television and emotional spectacle turned faith into fortune, demonstrating how modern media could be leveraged for both spiritual and financial gain. This strategic use of broadcasting was key to his empire's growth. It's easy to get swept up, especially when you're emotionally fragile and desperate for change. The powerful atmosphere of his crusades could be particularly compelling for individuals seeking hope and solutions to their problems. But stepping back, studying reliable sources, and questioning charismatic claims can lead to a more grounded path forward. Critical thinking and thorough research are essential tools for navigating complex spiritual and financial landscapes. Research, reflection, and wisdom can be tougher to pursue, but they offer deeper, lasting rewards. These intellectual and spiritual disciplines provide a more stable foundation for understanding and personal growth than fleeting emotional experiences.